Number 7, we've got some harder examples. You're going to look at number 7, and you should recognize one of them as a parabola. You've got a line and a parabola. So looking at the equations, the first one, I see a solid line, and I'm shading down. But then the second one is a parabola. I see x squared. Okay, so greater than tells me that it's going to be a dotted parabola, and I'm going to shade up. So let's do both of those things. Start with the first one. Start with the line. X plus 2. We'd start at 2, and you'd give it a slope of 1. So we go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And so I would do kind of a lot of dots. Maybe you do all of the dots. Well, all of the tick marks anyway. I want to be as accurate as possible. Okay. So I know I'm going to shade down. Solid line, shade down. But I'll hold off on that. The next one is a parabola. And you can see that this is a shift. It's a shift that's down 4. So you go down 4, that's where the vertex is. All right, now I'm not talking about shading down, I'm talking about shifting down. X squared minus 4 shifted down. So your parabola still has that 1, 3, 5 pattern from before. So we can go up 1, we can go up 3, we can go up 5, and so on. But this is a dotted line, or a dotted parabola, I guess. It's dotted and we shade above. Okay, so if you think about it, we have to shade below the red one and above the blue one. So we've got 2 different functions, 2 different graphs, and it splits the, it splits the coordinate plane into several sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 5 different sections this time. So only one of them is going to get shaded. Below the red and at the same time above the blue. That's region 5. Below the red, above the blue. That's region 5. So that's where I color. I'm coloring in all of the solutions to the system. And so what I'm trying to do is show you where all the solutions are. This is one example, 0, 0. Moving on, number 8. Number 8, you should recognize that that's going to be a V shape. Specifically, it's going to be a dotted V shape because it says greater than. Greater than, dotted V shape, and we're going to shade above. So let's go ahead and do that. You shift down, and then you give it its 1, 1, 1 pattern. So we're going up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And this other way as well, up 1, right 1. And we're going to shade up, but I would hold off on that. X squared is a parabola, so you should recognize a parabola shape. It's solid, and we're going to shade down below. So we shift up 4, that's what it tells us to do, and we give our 1, 3, 5. Solid parabola. So up from the red and down from the blue looks like it's in between them. If I said, give me one example of a solution, you might say 0, 0. Okay. Number 9, I see a V shape. That's an absolute value, but you should see a flip right here. So it's going to be dotted and flipped, and its vertex is at positive 3, negative 2. And less than means we're going to shade down. So we go to 3, negative 2, and we've got a flipped V shape. So we can do this. Down one, right one, or down one, left one. Down one, over one. Looks something like this. And we know we're going to shade down eventually. But let's hold off for a second. Let's graph the other one. The other one says y is greater than -5. You should know by now that that's going to be a horizontal line. Horizontal line, specifically dotted. And greater than means we're going to shade up. So you go to -5. Y equals -5 is right there. So we want this line, y equals -5, except it's not equals, it's greater than. So that means make it dotted, and we're going to shade up. So if we want to be below the red one and above the blue one, you know what some people will do is they'll say, well, let's color in below the red one, and then let's color in above the blue one. And the answer is the region where I've colored in twice. If they use highlighters, they'll see it's purple because red and blue make purple. But that I don't want to shade in all of that. I think it's super confusing. If we want both below the red and above the blue, we're looking inside this shape right here. Number 10. I see, what is this? A parabola shape. There's a flip, so it's going to be an upside down parabola shape. We can see the vertex is -3, 7. And it's a flipped parabola. It's a solid line. You can see less than or equals, so solid line and shade down. -3, 7. Down 1 and over 1. Down 3. Down 5. Down 7. Looks like that. Solid line. And we're going to shade down, but we'll hold off. Let's look at the other shape. It's a V shape. It's solid. The vertex is -3, -5. It's solid, and I'm going to shade up because it says greater than. So -3, -5 is my vertex. And go up 1 and over 1, up 1 and over 1. Do a lot of dots. So again, we want to be down from the red one and up from the blue one. The only place that does both of those things is in here, in between. Down from the red and up from the blue.